This channel is for adults and not for kids. Hey guys, thanks for stopping back by. So I've got a cool creature to show you guys today. This is a black ghost made up of invisible black matter from the anime series Ajin. So in the anime, Ajin is a type of person. Probably the best way to compare it would be like the mutants for Marvel. You know, Marvel has their mutants. You can't tell they have superpowers by looking at them. They look like ordinary people, but they have extraordinary abilities. Same thing with the Ajin. They look normal, but the thing is, they can't die. They can never die. You can stab them, shoot them, light them on fire, drown them, chop off their head, do whatever, and they recover from their injuries. So nobody really knows they are an Ajin until they're killed and they come back to life that first time. What's neat is these Ajin people, they have this power coursing through their bodies, and it's called IBM, invisible black matter. And not only can these Ajin people not die, recover from their injuries and just be basically immortal, but they can also channel that invisible black matter outside of their bodies. And the black matter takes a humanoid type form. It's sort of like a person made out of shadow. And what's cool is on the show, the effects that they use is these things look like they're made out of black smoke and ashes. If crumbled up little flittering ashes that float up, they look like they're made out of black smoke and ashes. It's really cool. But they also, the material, the black matter takes the form of like mummy wrappings. And as you can see, he's sort of all wrapped up. You know what he looks like? He looks like one of MC Escher's drawings. If you guys know the artwork of Escher, then you know those little like bandaged up mummy people he would draw walking around his endless staircases. They kind of look a little bit like that, except cooler. So basically what these Ajin people do is they can form this entity outside of themselves, and the thing has a limited intelligence of its own. So it'll kind of be like a bodyguard. It'll do the bidding of the Ajin that creates it. And then another thing the Ajin people do is they close their eyes and they focus. They can sort of remote control this thing to do stuff, kind of like a drone. So, you can form one of these things, tell it to kill the people chasing you. It'll run off and kill them. Or, if you're hunkered down somewhere, you can close your eyes and basically operate it like a remote control. And you can control its actions, what it does. Basically, he looks like a black mummy with no face. I like this whole blank, expressionless face. It's really neat looking. This is a really cool action figure. He's super tall and lanky. He's probably, I'd say, close to 10 inches tall. He's got He's got claws. And sharp claws on his feet. And this would be a hard thing to produce as an action figure, because on the show, you know, the black matter is wrapped up in like these bandages, and it's like kind of constantly flowing and moving around like it's created out of black smoke, and you see like these little wispy ashes floating off of him. They form these things, and it'll do the bidding of the Ajin, and then it slowly dissipates. They start to dissolve. Anyway, this is the look that I like, this blank face. And some of the black ghosts that the Ajin create, their mouth they'll have like a mouth will form, and it'll have like really sharp teeth. Kind of looks a little like Venom, except completely black. Even the teeth are black. It doesn't have any elements of white like Venom does, but just like a shadow person. Anyway, he comes with 2 other heads, so you can change the look of him. He comes with this head, which is like this really neat flat on the top. Kind of looks like a stealth bomber of a head. So it'd sit like that. And then say this was the one you were using, and you were about to kill one of the other characters. It can open up, and there's this is the other head it comes with. This really cool, it's like that other head except with its mouth opened up. So you can change his look around. You'd have to buy a couple of these figures, to use the different heads. I mean, you can put it on there, but if you want him to fight another Black Ghost, you'd have to buy more figures to use these alternate heads. He comes with a shit ton of hands. All kinds of gesturing hands. He's got fists. He's got a cryptic pointing finger. So you can point at who's next. Or is that the gun hand? Maybe that's the gun hand, because he comes with a gun. Yeah, that might be the hand that holds the gun. Maybe that's not a finger pointing hand. I mean, you could use it for that, but I think that's the one for holding the gun. There's the flathead, and there's the flathead opened up. Ajin is a really cool anime. There are 2 seasons of it on Netflix right now. I highly suggest you guys check it out. It's really cool to watch these undead characters fight. And it's in another way that it's like Marvel's mutants. The government is constantly trying to fuck with these Ajin. They're trying to kidnap them and perform, inhumane experiments on them. They torture them. They cut off their limbs and watch their limbs grow back. They shoot them in the face at point blank range to watch them heal up. They test They test pharmaceuticals on them. So it's big business to get a hold of one of these Ajin, and they, you know, the evil of society performs these heinous acts upon these people. So it's like Marvel's mutants like that too, you know. The government is out to get them, and so these Ajin are on the run and they're fighting amongst themselves. Some of the Ajin want to take a more militant view and kill everybody that's suppressing them, kind of like, you know, the followers of Magneto. It's a very cool show. I highly recommend you guys check that out. And this is even if you don't check out the show and you're just into bizarre action figures, strange looking characters, strange looking creatures, this is one to pick up. He's really cool. Like this bizarre looking sort of mummy-ish character that's made up of IBM invisible black matter. Oh, that's another thing. Normal humans can't really see these things. Only other Ajin can see them walking around doing stuff. So an ordinary person, you know, if he sees somebody being attacked by these things, they just see the person being torn to shreds in front of them. They don't see what's doing it. But then there's other occasions when I forget the exact circumstances, but there are other occasions when humans can see them. And they're pretty scary in the show. It's really cool. You know, they're jumping around, and like I said, they're leaving this trail of this, because they're slowly dissolving, so they're leaving a trail of this like ashes and black smoke, just like as they slowly dissipate. They remind me a lot of Venom. Like a shadow person. But the neat thing is how it's represented like almost like bandages. Like a wrapped up mummy. Anyways, do you guys dig that Ajin show? Have you guys ever heard of it? Are you guys a fan of it? Do any of you guys own this cool monster, this cool creature? This blank-faced killing machine. I like how he's so skinny. Like, I could imagine kids that like that whole Slender Man thing would dig this design, because he's tall, he's skinny, doesn't really have a face. Super cool. All right, my friends, that is a look at him. Hopefully you guys liked checking him out. And I will be back with some more cool creatures very shortly. All right, guys. See ya.